NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
How did Notre Dame do yesterday?
Hey, we're back. How did Notre Dame do? I'm glad you asked. 35-17. Although Kelly, he was a little, he didn't want to run the ball. They were averaging 10 yards a carry in the first quarter. Averaging 10 yards a carry in the second quarter. But my man insisted on throwing. I don't know, maybe he just had a little agita, something bad for dinner. But 35-17, a win's a win.
That is true. A win is a win, and that's
you know, you're everybody's Super Bowl, so you just move on.
Well, you know what? It's always good, I feel like, to get a win. First game of the season against a non-cupcake school. When you're playing a division, like a Power 5 school, you know what I mean? For example,
Here, wait, I want to test something.
Okay.
Ready? Catch. You did that exactly like a Pitt Panther fan.
Oh.
Geez, oh man. You want to know, did they drop enough passes?
Here's the thing with Pitt. That game, Pitt showed instances if they could be great. This is probably going to be the best defense Narduzzi had. Now, people are saying, well, they gave up 30-some points, but the offense didn't do anything for them. That defense is great. Now, what's troublesome for Pitt is their quarterback play. But also, like you said, it doesn't help when you have receivers dropping the ball.
Hey, you know, there was a song out a long time ago, there must be 50 ways to leave your lover. Pitt changed the song. There must be 50 ways to drop the ball. I mean, they dropped passes. They dropped the ball on running plays.
They had a block punt.
I mean,
sloppy.
Yeah,
it was sloppy. I do think Pitt's better than that. I think most people think Pitt is better than that. Now, at the same time, Kenny Pickett did overthrow a lot of people, and
But the ones he put right in their arm, I'm going to defend the quarterback here. You know, it hit him in the hand. Oh.
Well, you know, and everyone's Pitt fans and college football fans in general say Pitt season's over, fired Narduzzi, the sky is falling. I'm saying, hold on, guys. We've got 11 games left. You lose your first game of the season to a very good ACC conference opponent.
They're supposed to win the Coastal, Virginia.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Virginia was the favorite too, but you know everyone was expecting year 500 Narduzzi. This is the year they make strides. He has the rest of the season to turn it around. Is 8 wins good enough? I don't know. It kind of looks like it might be one of those.
A win over Penn State.
That would be huge.
Is going to be good enough. And I don't care if Penn State played the Idaho Vandals.
And they won 79 to 7 or
well,
like
you know, last week, before Idaho did that, they scrimmaged Union. Pop Warner.
Well, remember we always talk about on our show, like how Penn State schedules cupcakes. Okay, is it better to schedule a game against a cupcake?
You have to play at least a Division I school. You have to play somebody that, you know, is at least Division I, or play Youngstown State, or play Duquesne. I don't know, but you don't want somebody you beat 79-0 and you give them $500,000, $1 million, and
Well, to be fair, Idaho is the best team in Idaho, right? The only team in Idaho. But it's already.
they're outstanding in their field,
Yeah, right. It's.
like all the other farmers in the
I'm still just so stuck on Pitt because everyone's already saying fire Narduzzi, fire Narduzzi. You can't fire Narduzzi. Yeah, for one, it's the first game of the season. Two, he has great recruiting classes coming in. So you get rid of Narduzzi, say goodbye to those recruiting classes. Now, let's say if he goes like 2-10 or 3-9, then okay. But I still think he has this year, next year, and maybe the year after to prove himself. If he continues to go like 6-6, 7-6, then I don't know if the administration is gonna like that. But the thing is, he signed through 2024. Now we both know college football. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, You signed him.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
And we're back. And now I'm going to tell you who they should fire.
Okay.
Everybody in the Pirates front office.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Pitt specifically.
I couldn't help it.
Well, I think actually, aren't the Pirates 12-8 in the last 20 games?
Since the All-Star break, they've only won 12 games.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
17 games out, 60 wins, and when I look at those 60 wins, Colorado Rockies have 59. They're just one lower than the Pirates. I don't know. Okay, you could be the Miami Marlins with 48. Seattle, 58. Okay, and you've got Detroit and Baltimore with 45 and 40. I don't know. This just looks like, where the heck are you going with this? I mean, at some point in time,
from
I've 2 games out to terrible.
Well, what is a shame is that I ran into a lot of people this past week who are saying they're just done with the Pirates. They just feel like they don't want to support the organization because of the terrible leadership, the front office. And so they're jumping bandwagons. And usually I get on people for jumping ship, but I almost can't blame them in a way.
Well,
I'm not going to jump ship.
They keep working. They get the fan base and make them mad. Then they trade some players. Then they get the fan base and make them mad. Then they trade some players. And when I talk about the fan base, their thing on season tickets, they're trying to sell season tickets like they're the cream of the crop. Buddy, I don't know. You were 2.5 games out, and you only won 12 games now in 2 months.
Is it more of an incompetence thing from their front office, or is it an apathetic thing? They don't.
Anytime, in my humble opinion, and I don't care if this has to do with city politics, I don't care if this has to do with the sports team. Anytime you have something go that bad, it's top down. Everybody's got to take a good kick in the butt. And I just believe that Clint Hurdle, him, the general manager, all we heard is they're going to have development guys. and we're building in all these people, and we're not trading. I would have walked into that son of a gun in locker room 2 days after the All-Star break when we started and say, guys, all hands on deck, be expected to pitch every day, every inning. If you don't like it, quit, give up your contract, and we'll find somebody else that'll work for the money. You have to win ball games, 2.5 out. You have to pitch and you have to hit. If you don't do that, you're win 12 games in 12 weeks.
Well, if you don't do that, you end up 17 games under 500, 20 plus games out of first, and you end up with a near empty ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, good thing that they have Augustine's Pizza, and they better get some Coney Island hot dogs down there, because it's the fireworks, the Coney Island hot dogs, and the pizza that's keeping anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just really, really bad.
I almost feel like I wish the Major League. It's almost like I wish the MLB would just kind of get involved and be like, do something different, or we're going to force you to sell the team. I know that doesn't work like that, and
it's hard
like that,
because if they get involved, they're showing favoritism. Okay, but geez, oh man, you gotta want to win.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a want to win with the Pirates.
I mean, is it really favoritism? Like, if you're a commissioner, you know one of your franchises is not purposely not trying to perform to their maximum capability, not trying to win the way they should. Is that wrong? No, because I feel like you're trying to create a better overall product.
Well, they sued the Cincinnati Bengals.
And why is that?
In court for putting on a failed team. Check that out. I believe that was back 15 years ago now. There was a lawsuit, and Pirates are getting close to that.
So that's a real thing. That's not you being a smart aleck.
No. There was a lawsuit because they weren't even coming close to putting out any kind of product. Right. You know, when somebody buys a ticket, they want you to be a little bit competent.
Right. I'm trying to find it now on here.
12 wins in 2 months. That's almost 12 weeks. That's a win a week.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a bad week, but somebody expects you to at least win half of your games.
Right.
They didn't even win 1 out of 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at percentage, okay, it's 14%.
Well,
somebody expects you to win more than 14%.
2 years ago, you remember this? The Pirates and the Marlins were really under investigation from the association.
This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Global Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com. Holy snowman, it's the Turf Bar, home of great sandwiches, appetizers, tacos, you name it, they have it at the Turf Bar. It's just the right food. You'll enjoy those special drinks. They're there too. And get that nice cold beverage, relax, enjoy the Turf Bar. If you ain't there, you should be. Hello, friends. Pinella Brothers, 1701 Hamilton Street, provided funding for this program. Great food and drink, Pinella Brothers.
And welcome back to the Cedars Sports Corner, everybody, for our third and final segment. Some interesting player news here over the weekend. LaShawn McCoy is no longer a Buffalo Bill, and now he has joined his former head coach Andy Reid with the Chiefs. Melvin Gordon and Ezekiel Elliott, they're still having holdout issues. That really made a lot of fantasy football owners upset. And I was in a couple drafts this past weekend, where people actually still took them pretty high, expecting them to get deals done. And news has come out that for both Gordon and Elliott, they're both really far away from where they want to be in terms of getting a contract done. And honestly, so if you're in a fantasy football league, just stay away from them. Just stay clear. So this is going to be a weird NFL. No Andrew Luck, potentially no Ezekiel Elliott or Melvin Gordon.
Okay, we start off Green Bay, Chicago. The Bears. I think the Bears, it's about their time. Green Bay, I don't know. I think they're spinning and sputtering. And then Sunday, the 1 o'clock games. Tennessee and Cleveland. Tennessee's been winning. Don't look now, but Tennessee's been winning. That's a tough game for the Browns.
Well, you know what? Expectations are high for the Browns.
They're going to have to win a tough game at home the first game of the season.
Can they do it?
That's I'm doubtful.
I don't think they'll start out that way. I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs like everyone says. Not at first. That's just such a. There's so much hype, and then they're doing the right things, but chemistry, getting it all together and stuff.
Now this is one. Stay tuned. Baltimore. They tried to squish the fish in Miami, but there's a hurricane brewing. And will the game be moved? I don't know. I'm just saying. I still think Miami wherever it is.
Okay. Atlanta at the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings. The Bills at the Jets with Le'Veon Bell. I really want to see how Le'Veon Bell's going to perform. He was just. I still think
the
he's
real
the best
Jets please
football.
stand up?
When Le'Veon Bell's focused and motivated, he's unlike any other running back.
And I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons, and I'll tell you why.
Over the Vikings.
Only because their uniforms look like the Newcastle Red Hurricane.
Oh, that's always.
Have you seen? If you missed the Newcastle football game the other night, the uniforms are really sharp, and I just wanted to mention that.
I like Neshannock. I went to the Neshannock football game Friday, and what they have on their jerseys now, check this out. It's Old Nesh. Instead of Old Miss, they have Old Nesh. I think that was really clever.
It doesn't mix because the helmet is the Chrysler helmet from Michigan.
I don't know. I think they look like Nebraska at the end on their helmet and the white.
Well, did they get rid of the
They have different uniforms every year. Every year is like something
okay.
different.
I one of the sponsors, they had the maize and blue. They had the Chrysler symbol. But anyways, Washington and Philadelphia.
I'm gonna go with Philly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Rams at the Panthers. Going with the Rams. The Chiefs at the Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Another game. They got 2 games in Florida and 1 hurricane.
Yeah. The Colts at the Chargers. The Chargers, I mean, the Colts lost their franchise quarterback just like that. It's going to be hard to get things done. It's going to be a rough year.
Beast, can't scout them. Cincinnati at Seattle.
Seattle.
The Giants at Dallas.
We'll go with Dallas.
Detroit at Arizona.
Arizona.
San Francisco at Tampa Bay. Again, wait. 3 games, 3 Florida teams, 3 games in Florida. I don't know. That's going to be interesting, to say the least. And the game in Carolina is going to be interesting because that hurricane's moving up the coast. Which takes us to the granddaddy of them all.
Steelers at New England. Oh boy, here's a stat for you. Okay.
I take Ben.
You take Ben. I want to listen to this stat. Okay. This is at New England. The Steelers are 0-5 against Tom Brady at Gillette Stadium. Brady has completed 141 out of 196 passes, 71.9 completion percentage, for 1,797 yards, and has thrown for 18 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions in those 5 games at home.
Hold that thought, because every time the Steelers play up in New England, the fire alarm rings at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
You're saying the Patriots are going to find a way to cheat to win?
I won't use those words, but I will say this. They're suspect.
Steelers are still my Super Bowl pick for this year.
I say they beat the New England Patriots.
The Steelers sometimes can start out slow. That's what frustrates me. So I think they're going to lose this game. I do.
Okay, win, lose.
But again, that's not going to define their season. I still think they come out of the AFC. And what's Monday night game? 2 Monday night games. Houston at the Saints and Broncos at the Raiders. With the Saints, he's just one of those franchises. It's always like they're always 3 and they're always on it.
The Raiders win just because
the Brown has a meltdown TV. I think that's all